let's start out with a formal greeting from me to you. What's happening? What is up? How's it going? How are you? I hope that you're doing absolutely well. I hope that this day or night, whatever time of day it is where you're at, is actually really, really good. And if it's not, I really do hope that you have the courage to turn that day around. It's all in your hands. So even if it's nighttime and you're going to bed and you're going night-night, it's a good idea to switch that around for the next day, because you get a fresh new start tomorrow. So remember that, you're in control. By the way, if you don't know who I am, if you're just randomly pressing play on this video, I just want to say hi, my name is Stacy. Nice to meet you. And today I'm here because, by the way, if you don't want to see me spiel and want to get straight to the sipping of the Tuesday talking, right here, okay? That's right here. That's where you gotta go. But for those of you who want to listen to me, let me tell you a story. A few days ago, not too long ago, I was sitting in my dinner table and I was like, what should I do? Oh my gosh, you know what would be really cool? Bam! I was on Pinterest scrolling through a whole bunch of things that I've saved, a whole bunch of delicious looking drinks, coffee, teas. And I was like, you know what, it'd be cool to be talking about topics while having a delicious drink. So I decided, I know what I should do. Make myself a delicious drink and talk about a topic. And these topics could be something I've seen in the news, LGBTQ plus related, something not. We'll see how this pans out, but today I do have a topic, LGBTQ plus topic, that really upset me and it really got to me. So I wanted to share this with you. At first I was like, oh, you know, it'd be cool, Coffee Talk Tuesdays or Coffee Talk Monday. I don't know, I haven't decided what day, but like Talk Tuesday sounds really like flowy. I would like to do it at the beginning of the week rather than the end of the week, you know what I mean? I don't know, we'll see. And the idea of that would be to have a coffee every single Tuesday. But then I was like, wait, but there's so many other drinks that I want to do, and then if I do coffee and I only dedicate it to coffee, then I can't really try tea or anything else that I want to make, or like a milkshake or something. So then I was like, what about Sip Tuesday? I'm not even sure. Let me know what you think down below. Sip is like all around. Like use it to sip on anything while I talk about a lot of things. So for right now, I'm gonna go with Sip Tuesday. So welcome to Sip Tuesday, the very first episode of Sip Tuesday, where you can sip and talk about topics. Sip Tuesday, where it might not even be Tuesday when you're watching this, but you can grab a drink and watch it anyways. Sip Tuesday. Sip Tuesday, where if you're not sipping, you're damn straight tripping. Where if you trip but take a sip, everything's great. Don't hate, appreciate, congratulate. So you might be asking what's for today for Sip Tuesday. On Pinterest, shout out to this person here because this is where I found it, and I didn't follow the recipe at all, but I got the general idea from it. My thought process was, hey, I'm gonna follow this exactly so that I can make it like actually what this is. But then I was vlogging and I was like, you know what, I just don't even feel like following the recipe because I'm using my phone and I wanted to get off of vlogging to go check out the recipe, and I didn't bother to write it down. So here I am, just throwing things together, not even sure if that's how it goes, but here it is. Lo and behold, the cookie butter cold brew coffee. I don't even know if that's what it's really called. It's actually really fucking good. Damn. Do you like when people do that? Sorry if you don't. I didn't have any whipped cream, by the way. I should have. It would have been really cool. Like, and I would be like, yum. And it's like syrup or something. Maybe next time. But anyways, this is actually really good. So my best friend was talking to me. She mentioned something like briefly. She was like, did you hear that in this certain state, if you're not biologically a male or female from birth and it says on your birth certificate and whatnot, you cannot join this sport. So I was like, what, are you kidding me? Like, that's fucked up. So I went about and I went on Google and I couldn't exactly find the state she was talking about, but I happened upon this, transathlete.com. By the way, I'm not even sure what transathlete.com is, if it's just information for anybody who's trans that is an athlete, or what it could be. I don't know, but this is where I found it, transathlete.com, in case you want to check it out. And I'll put it on the screen so you can see it. But this one says high school policies. The below listed policies are high school policies set by the state's high school athletics association. They are not necessarily reflective of middle school policies, but many states follow the high school policies if they do not have their own. This is a map of high school policies for transgender student athletes. That's a mouthful to say. I could not say that 5 times even if I tried. Let's try it. High school policies for transgender student athletes. High school policies for transgender student athletes. Athletes? Sorry, forgive me. I'm telling you. This is not decaf, by the way. This is not decaf. So I'm a little wired. Crazy. It's just crazy. athletes. On a serious note, looking at this map of the United States, I have no idea how it is in other countries, but this in the US is crazy. I'm happy to see that California is the state that I live in, right? Is inclusive, no medical hormones or surgery required. I appreciate that. You know what? I was surprised that Florida was like that. States that are inclusive with no medical hormones or surgery required, we have Florida, Virginia, Maryland, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Vermont. I'm surprised I remember all of the abbreviations. Thank you. Minnesota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Washington, California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and Colorado are the ones who are inclusive. That's really good. I'm proud to see that. Yellow, which means needs modification case by case or individual review. I'm not even going to call out all the states, but like you can see, right? The ones that have no policy are like Hawaii, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, West Virginia, South Carolina, and Montana. So blue is just basically, they honestly have no policy. But red is the one that, as you can see right here, says discriminatory, requires birth certificate or surgery or hormone weight period. Those states, there's not that very many, which it's a good thing because there's not so many states that do that, but then it's a sad thing because it's fucked up that that even exists, you know what I mean? So those states are Idaho, what is this, Nebraska? Couldn't see because it doesn't look like an E. Texas, Louisiana, North Carolina, and Indiana. Did I say Alabama? Those are the states that means a trans athlete has little chance of participating while in school. It doesn't only just suck for trans, but it sucks for anyone. What if there is a girl out there who doesn't identify as being trans? She was born a female and she identifies with her mind and her body. She can't identify as trans. What if she really wants to play football? What if she really wants to play a sport that she freaking loves so much, but yet this policy is in place where it's like, sorry, you can't. Or what if a guy wants to play volleyball and they like, no, sorry, because you're male, you cannot join this female sport. You get what I'm saying? Like, not saying that volleyball is a female sport, just giving the general concept of this or the idea or whatever the hell you call it. I don't know, I forget. I'm on coffee. Anyway. Alabama is discriminatory. Is Alabama on here? Yeah, it is. No, is it? No, it's not. Yes, it is. Where is it at? I don't know. Alabama High School Athletic Association says participation in athletics should be determined by the gender indicated on the student athlete's certified certificate of birth. So back to what I was saying about the whole thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know if this applies to just somebody who's trans or if it actually even applies to like male from birth wants to play this sport, or a female that says female from birth on the birth certificate would want to play this. I don't know if that's allowed or if it's just somebody who is trans that is not allowed at all. I don't know if this is referring to everyone. Now I'm really confused, but no matter what, it's still a fucked up situation because it just makes me sad that this is even a thing. Like, why does it matter? What does being trans and playing a sport do to you in your personal life? The people that make these laws or that create this stuff, does it ruin your life? Does it stop you from paying your bills? Because I'm really confused. I don't know what it does to you. As far as I can just think, and the only thing I can really see is because you just have hate in your heart. All it can possibly do to somebody, in my eyes, from my opinion, is just cause them to be angry and to be spiteful and hateful and discriminate others and just be mean, just be rude, just be a negative individual and harvest that poison in your heart. Like, I don't see anything good that comes out of that other than your own personal satisfaction, just because maybe you have some kind of insecurities within you that you just can't be happy for other people. A lot of people were brought up that way, where there's just so much hate and discrimination and racism and all this kind of negativity in their household that is all that they have ever known. I personally feel empathetic towards people who have so much hate in their heart, so much poison, who have to be so fucking mean and rude and disrespectful and hurt other people when they could just simply be happy and have that beautiful happiness within themselves, within their heart, to just be happy for others, to encourage, to be there, to stand up for others rather than to tear another human being down just because they don't see that as normal. I always say this: if you do not like something, don't surround yourself around it. Don't be there in that same place. If you don't like someone or something or whatever it is, if you don't fucking like soup, don't eat soup. Don't go to a damn soup restaurant. Don't even look at the soup. You know, if you don't like soup, you won't ever order soup. You won't ever go to a place that is all about soups. You won't ever be down the soup aisle. I mean, unless your significant other or whatever, your family wants soup. But you yourself, if you just don't like something, you just stay away from it, right? Why can't that just be the case for everything that has to do with this? Sexuality or racism or whatever it is. But of course, I don't have that poison in my heart, so I won't understand. If you don't like seeing two men kissing, then steer away. Just walk away. Just keep your comments to yourself and just boop. Get the hell out of there. I'm sorry. I get off on a tangent. Let me sip on some coffee. All of my cookie butter and everything is down here. I need a spoon. That's so good. though. Okay, I just don't understand. I don't get their thought process. If you're trans, you're not gonna perform as great and you're gonna make the team lose. I don't get it. I just don't see it. Is it gonna be something where like, because this person is trans and this person is just biologically whatever the heck gender they are from birth, that just means, oh, if we have any trans athletes in our athletic sport here at this high school, we're gonna miss out on the CIF championships. By the way, that's the only like thing I remember from high school, like sports kind of stuff, like where they go to championships. It's the coffee. I don't see any possible true reason why this should be even in place other than just discrimination. I just don't see it. Hate and discrimination. I just don't see a real reason. It would be understandable if it was something where it was because they won't be able to use their legs properly, then they won't be able to run down the field like the rest of the people, which then prohibits, I don't even remember the word I'm trying to say, but prohibits them, which then stops them from making a goal. But then that doesn't even make sense either, because that's what tryouts are for. Like, if somebody fucking sucks at using their legs and running, then why the heck would you even want them on your track team? Or why the heck would you, okay, that's kind of mean when I think about it, because then somebody does have room to improve. But generally, that's how tryouts go, right? If you're really damn good, then they're gonna want you on the team because you're gonna be a good player. This just all sounds terrible. But that's how I remember it. I had a tryout for Little League when I was little. They had to test my skill level, and if I had really great skill level, then I was wanted as part of their team. Anyway, sorry. I go off on tangents all the time. You already know this. You get the idea of it. Let me just tell you a little story. Okay, let me just tell you a little story about this. One time in school, there were many times that I really wanted to play a sport. I love baseball. When I was a kid, let me rephrase that. I love playing baseball, not so much watching it. Sometimes it can get very boring, but like, I haven't watched the game in a long time. But I played Little League as a little girl, and I loved it. I fell in love with it. I played soccer and I played baseball. I only got to play for I think 3 or 4 years, and after that, my parents were like, it's gonna expensive. My best friend at the time was like not gonna play either, so I was like, what? It was co-ed, and I love that. And you know, as a kid, you generally don't think about that stuff like, oh, this is only a boys sport. Like, there are some kids that think that way. It was so nice and inclusive. So then when I got to high school, they didn't have a co-ed. It was just like, boys play baseball, girls play softball. And I was like, no. I'm not a fan of softball. Sorry for those of you guys who love softball. I'm not a fan of softball. I didn't like the big ball, you know, when it was soft. I liked that hard ball, like ready to boom, pop a couple dingers, you know what I mean? I knew you could do that to softball, but like for me, I loved baseball. I loved the size of the ball because it was perfect. I loved the way that it sounded. I loved hitting it. I loved pitching it. I loved all of that. I just loved baseball. But the sucky shit was that when I got to high school, I was like, I loved playing baseball. And I wanted to play baseball. I didn't want to play softball. I never once saw a girl on the baseball team, and I don't even know if it was allowed or what. But I thought to myself, how shitty is it that what if a girl wants to play football? I thought it would be fun, like cool to dress up like football players. I mean, granted, I probably would have got smushed and turned into a damn pancake. But like, what if somebody really wanted to? I think in my high school, there was a girl that was on the football team. I thought that was pretty cool. So I can't really complain about that now that I think about that. But I'm not complaining about it because obviously I didn't genuinely want to join the football team. But I'm giving you a general emotion or explanation of how I felt and how maybe some of these people really feel. Obviously, if anybody who's trans and is going through this, their way they feel is like on a level 20. I totally see that. You know, mine is like up to 1 because it's like not even that important. So thinking about this, even in PE, all the girls had to play softball and all the boys played baseball, and I was just kind of like sitting there like, why do I gotta get stuck with a big hard softball? Softball. That was my thing. And so to not be able to be on a baseball team because that's what all the boys were playing, it sucked. It was sad. I wasn't even enthusiastic of playing softball. I was just there like looking at the boys on the other field, and I was like, I want to be there playing with that, like them. Like, I want all of us to, you know, and I thought it would have been cool if we played a co-ed, or I think I remember some of the guys were allowed to play in softball, but I did not ever see any girls playing baseball with the hardball. I don't know what it was, but it made me sad. I know in my junior high, we played co-ed and we played with an actual baseball, so I was excited for that. I can only begin to imagine what anybody who's trans, a trans athlete, is feeling or going through, especially if they have big dreams to be the next Major League Baseball player, or the next football player, or the next soccer player, or the next basketball player, anything. I can just imagine the sadness. And this is aside from already having to deal with the backlash of some people from already being trans. I hear it all the time. I see YouTube videos all the time. It's not easy at all being trans, and it sucks because they already have to deal with the dysphoria. They already have to deal with so much shit. But being born in the wrong body and wishing that they could just snap their fingers and have everything change and be able to just be and exist. On top of already having to deal with it, they have to deal with the backlash and having to change their name and having to go through surgeries and having to go through gender therapy and having to go through getting their hormone replacements and all of this stuff and having to deal with all of this shit. And now this, like, it's fucked up. And of course, it's not just trans individuals, it's all around for so many things, for so many people. It makes me sad because I just think, why do we have to have shit like this happen? Why does it matter if you were born a female or not and you want to play a sport that is mainly male oriented? But I can say that it's really fucked up that somebody who may not be able to afford hormone replacement or to be able to start the changes of being FTM or MTF, not be able to transition properly at this moment because of financial reasons or for other reasons or because they haven't come out yet. And it sucks that these rules or laws or policies have been put in place to only hurt more people, to only further damage the identities or the feelings or whatever it could be of somebody who identifies as trans or anybody who's going through it. And not only just the trans individuals, but their friends and their family. This affects not just that human being, but others around them that love them so much and want to see them happy and have to see them suffer and feel sad, or like have to see them go through this pain or the sadness or whatever it can do to them. It literally makes me want to cry. Like my eyes get glossy just thinking about it, and I get a knot in my throat because I'm just like, it just fucking sucks to see that people have to deal with that. And that people are still in this day and age still stuck in such fucking closed minds. And it's sad. It's sad because I think of all these people that are suffering and are having to deal with this shit. It just makes me sad, and I just think that we should all just be allowed to be happy and join the sport that we want and not have to deal with all these rules and stupid policies and stuff. I don't know. I just get very passionate about this stuff because I genuinely care. And even if I don't even know the people, like, I genuinely care. I just genuinely want you to be happy. I want the next person to be happy. I just want everybody to feel the true feeling of being happy, because there's nothing like being genuinely happy, feeling amazing. There's nothing like that. To see that this stuff goes on, it saddens me, and this is the whole reason why I really don't even watch the news a lot of times, because it's just negative and it's just sadness everywhere, and I don't like to be a part of that. I just want to spread happiness. And I'm so sorry if you're hearing all that whistling and that talking. It's my bird, my parrot in the other room. And she's not on coffee. Well, she sounds like she's on coffee, but she's just excited. She's happy. I don't know. Why do we have to be this way, you know? I know I'm going on forever. I don't want to make this long, but hello, I always say that and it happens. So this says, the Idaho High School Activities Association allows for participation with the following conditions. A female to male transgender student athlete who is taking a medically prescribed hormone treatment under a physician's care of the purpose of gender transition may participate only on a boys' team. A male to female transgender student athlete is not taking hormone treatment related to gender transition may participate only on a boys' team. A male to female transgender student athlete who is taking medically prescribed hormone treatment under a physician's care for the purposes of gender transition may participate on a boys' team at any time, but must complete 1 year of hormone treatment related to the gender transition before competing on a girls' team. That's another thing. I hear that it's expensive to be on hormone treatment. It's not a walk in the park, and some insurances accept it, others don't. I've heard that most of them don't. I can just imagine this trans individual wanting to join a sport so bad because that's all they ever loved. It's their passion. But now they're telling them, no, you can't join that sport because you're not this. So it's just like somebody just reminding them of something that haunts them or that like really gets to them, or something that they just don't want to be reminded of. And I can imagine them being like, I already have to deal with this every single day. I was born with this. I'm reminded of it every single day when I look in the mirror and I don't see what I know that I am. All of this that they have to deal with. And then here they go to the school wanting to just be accepted, wanting to just be able to be there and feel what they want to feel and not have to be reminded yet again. But they are reminded yet again because this policy is put into place, because now they cannot be a part of this, and they just want to be able to not necessarily blend in but feel accepted, being able to join that sport, being able to be seen as what they truly are. I know this video is everywhere now. It bugs me when I hear like, well, you were born a female so you are a female. That's what it says on your certificate, blah blah blah. Even if you look like a male, you were born. Fuck you, dude. Like, what the fuck? Why do you seriously have to attack other people? It bugs me because it's just like, did you really have to say that? Couldn't you just be like, dude, I'm so happy for you. You look really happy. That's great. Well, if you don't like it, I'll just be like, let me just exit out real quick and let me go look over here. But there's just so many ignorant ass fucking people in this world, man. I just wish a little angel from above or something would just be like, hey, look, try this. Compliment someone, no matter who they are, no matter if you agree with them or not, compliment them and see how you feel. Be happy for them and see how you feel. And hopefully that would change them. I just think about these things all the time. What if somebody can't afford to be on hormones, but they want to feel included and they want to do these sports? It sucks because it's like, well, no, you can't unless you're this, this, and this. But are you going to pay for my hormone treatment? Because if so, then great. There's no reason that I can see. And unfortunately, that's how it is. And like I've heard so many times over and over again, I cannot say that I can relate because I have never gone through this, but I have seen so many people that are going through this say it's a freaking headache. I can just imagine that somebody who's trans doesn't want to have to go through all this. It wants to just be like, man, I just wish from the start, from the get-go, I did not have to do all of this. Of course, who would want to go through all of this? It sucks, and I totally see and hear you. Why not just be inclusive? Why not make this world a better place by just being like, hey, you're welcome to join the sport. You're welcome to be part of this. Bottom surgery, top surgery, all of that stuff is expensive, and some people cannot afford it. And not only that, I also thought about something. What if somebody is confused and they believe that they are trans, but they're not exactly sure, but they don't want to have to go through these life-changing surgeries or hormone replacements. They still want to be a part of the sport. For a lot of these things, it's things that you can't ever go back. And so why would somebody submit their body through these life-changing changes just so that they can fit a policy that is put in place? At that age, there's so many things that are happening in your life that most of the time you're just not sure of what the heck is going on. You're constantly growing into your skin, so to be putting policies into place like this, it's discouraging and it sucks and it's sad and it's disappointing to see, because for a lot of us, we don't even know who the hell we are, certainly at that point in our life. Things change all the time. Somebody may feel like they are trans, but maybe at the end of it they realize that they're not. I feel like that policy can really rob somebody of really allowing them to grow into their skin and really figure themselves out fully before they make any life changes like that. There are people who are certain 100% and they just know and they identify as that and they want those life-changing surgeries. But there are a lot of people out there who honestly do not know and they believe for a certain period of time that they are. It's sad to see. It literally breaks my heart because I just don't understand it. It just makes me sad. And there's something else that I wanted to say now. I can't remember what it was. Maybe if I drink some coffee it'll bring back my memory. That didn't help. I don't remember. It's gonna bug me so much. Yeah, again, what if parents can't afford it? What if somebody who identifies as trans is trans, but they want to wait a couple years down the road to go through these changes? And I think it's so sad that these schools are doing this stuff. But you know what? At the end of the day, the people that are putting these policies into place, they probably would never understand. They won't ever understand because they never have had to live a day in the shoes of somebody who is trans. And they don't know what it's like, and they won't ever know. It's crazy to think about. So I gotta hurry up on this because my battery's running out. To wrap this video up, there's so much more that is left to be talked about and read, I bet. But like, I just want to say to anybody who is trans, hang in there. I know this fucking sucks, and I know it might tear your heart apart, and I know that you're just wishing over and over again that this nightmare would end or that this nightmare wouldn't be happening in the first place. And I know that it's not easy, and I feel you, and I want to tell you I feel your pain. Maybe I don't know what your pain is, but I feel your pain because I too have gone through stuff similar to this. Maybe not all the way, but I want you to know that my videos are here for you. My words are here for you. Maybe they aren't exactly what you care for or would want to watch, but if I can provide escapism for you, if I could provide the feeling of being cared for, of being accepted, of being loved, and feeling included, positivity, or whatever it could be, I want you to know that my videos are here for you. I can't imagine what you're going through and it makes me sad, but I really do hope that you have the courage to push through, to keep going, to make things better for yourself. Even if things aren't okay right now, you have the power in your hands to create a future for you, a different future for yourself, be able to kick some ass, go to work super hard, do what you gotta do to be able to move out of that place, or to go somewhere where you can feel all that you want to be feeling. Trust me, there are many places here in the United States, out of the United States, that are so accepting, loving, and see you for who you truly are, not for what it says on your birth certificate. I think whether we're trans or not, we go through these feelings of just giving up, wanting to give up, wanting to continuously see that there's no way out, but there is a way out. You just have to be patient. And I know it sucks to hear you have to be patient because that's the last thing you want to do right now. You want everything to change. You want everything to be how you want it to be. But I just want you to know that it's going to be a process. And throughout that process, you should only be fighting continuously and encouraging yourself to be the better version of yourself every single day. And I promise you, while you're working at it, time will pass you by and you will finally be able to be where you want to be. But you have to help yourself. And I know it's going to suck. But remember that we have to fall in order to learn how to pick ourselves back up. And I believe in you. I believe in you because I was once in a spot, and I have been many times, where I feel like giving up, but I don't, and I keep going, and I find a way to get through whatever it is that I'm going through. And you can too. No matter if that problem or that situation or whatever it could be is big or small, you have the control, you have the power within you, the strength, anything that you need, all the tools, you have it within you to get through that. And I really do hope that you take these words and you really do something, and you really encourage yourself to do better. You're gonna find a way out. You just have to give yourself that time. Give time, and you will see. This is only temporary. You have to make that change. You have to find a way. You'll find that way. You have the power within you to create a better future for you and a better tomorrow, so hang in there. And for anybody who is a teacher or is a parent or a friend, a classmate in a school that has these policies in place or in a sport or whatever it is, I just want to reach out to you to reach out to those individuals that you know that are going through something like this. If you're accepting, of course, and you don't see what these people who are discriminating see, take the time to reach out to them and let them know that they have you there to talk to have their back, to tell them, I am here to listen, to encourage you if you need to encourage you, to just lend an ear if you just want to vent. I think it's incredibly essential and helpful to have somebody around that shows you that support, especially when you're going through something like that. So I do encourage you to show your support, to show your unconditional love and your acceptance, because I know it will go a long way if you know somebody's going through that. Try to get closer to them, try to become their friend, or try to just be there for them, because you never know who really truly needs somebody at any moment, and you could honestly be saving a life. You never know, or be saving somebody from having a terrible day. And so I do want to just say that it's always nice to know that somebody's there for you, that somebody sees you for who you truly are and accepts you and loves you and has no conditions whatsoever with that love or that support or acceptance. It's a moment to just create a closer bond, a stronger bond, and just be there and help in any way that you can. It's a sucky situation to be in, and I wouldn't ever wish anybody to be in that situation, but if you can be there for somebody, it could really alleviate that pain or that sadness or whatever they may be feeling, that negative feeling, and really help them out. So just wanted to say thank you again for joining me for this Sip Tuesday. Damn, that was a lot to say, but dang, this thing is so good. I can't wait to get to you. Actually, I know you look very strong. I don't know about that. And I don't mean like strong, I mean like strong, like wired strong, like I ain't gonna sleep tonight strong. I need a spoon. Thank you for listening to me this entire time talk. I hope that you join me next time for the next Sip Tuesday, or whatever the heck I'm going to end up calling it. Yeah, if you have any topics that you want me to talk about or see or read about, please send them to me. My social medias are on the screen. You can send them to me on there. I'm on Instagram the most, or comment down below, and be sure to check them out. If you know anybody who needs to hear these words, or you feel like they would really like to see this or anything of the sort, I encourage you to please share this with them. Share this with anybody who you would like to share this with. Just please pass this along, share it. You never know who you may be helping and who really needs to hear these words. So I really do encourage you to please share this. If you really like this video, if you like what I said, anything like that, please do share it along. I would greatly appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you again for dedicating some of your time to watching this video. Thank you for everything. Again, my social medias are on the screen if you want to check me out. And if you like what you see, I invite you to follow me if you're already following me. Thank you so much. Sip Tuesday. I just wanted to say that. It's so catchy. Sip Tuesday. Sip Tuesday. Thank you so much again. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. And I will see you in the next video. And remember, if there's one thing that I want to call to mind, there are actually 3. No matter the highs and lows, always be certain to do good, be grateful, and stay humble. Bye.